Huh? Huh? Huh?
Laban al Yao Red. Itaw mania. Itaw mania. Itaw mania.
Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Mustafa 306707. So I also subject 2 for the assignment. Monetary management refer to either the macro level regulation of national money supply by central bank or the micro level management of personal and corporate finance. In short, process of tracking, budgeting, saving, and investing your financial resources. Its primary goal is to maximize your wealth and reduce debt and also achieve long-term financial stability. The purpose of this assignment is to apply monetary management concept in real life by preparing the budget, tracking financial activities, analyzing spending behavior, and improve personal financial skills. Here, for my planned budget, I will get about 600 for food, 50 ringgit for transportation, and also 50 ringgit for entertainment, resulting in a monthly budget of 700 ringgit. My largest portion budget was allocated for the food as to present my primary daily expense based on my usual spending habit. I estimate that 600 ringgit will be enough to cover my meal throughout the month. For transportation, I allocated 50 ringgit based on my normal travel expense. Meanwhile, 50 ringgit was aside for entertainment and leisure activity. However, I insist that my actual expense can be differ from the planned budget due to public holiday during the month. For financial tracking, I use a spending application. To record an expense, I simply open the apps, selected add transaction, enter the amount and choose the relevant categories such as food, transportation and entertainment. Spending automatically calculate the total expense and display them in report and chart. This makes it easier for me to monitor my spending and compare my actual expense with my planned budget.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Amirin and my matric number is 304678, and I would like to talk about my financial tracking for May 2000. And I've divided the expense into 4 categories, which is food, transportation, entertainment and savings. For my planned budget, I've set food 50 ringgit per day. So the total of food for the month is 465 ringgit. And I've set transportation 30 ringgit, entertainment 75 ringgit, and saving 50 ringgit. So for the total plan expense for the month is 620 ringgit. And after a month, I've got my actual expenses. So I've got like for the food, I only use a little bit of money, so which is 234.1 ringgit. Because this is because I rarely eat for myself. You can look at my skin, it's very And then for transportation is a little bit high from the planned budget, which is 40 ringgit. It's higher by 10 ringgit. And for entertainment, it's a little bit more also, which is 98 ringgit 0.6 cents. And then for the savings, I maintain the 50 ringgit because why not? And then the difference between plan and actual is like 197.3 ringgit. And for the, as you can see, the 000 amount on the food is actually because of festival. I have joined a certain festival and the festival provide us some food, so I don't have to spend my money on the food. And then the 0 at the end of the month is because most student is already probably back to their home, so the expense, so I did not use my money for the expense, so I did not take any money to use.
everyone, I'm Sashni Nagalingam and my metric number is 303513. I'm going to let through the presentation with the data visualization. This slide shows the spending distribution for subject A based on his actual expenses. From the pie chart, the largest portion of spending is on food, which makes up about 76% of the total expenses. This indicates that most of subject A's money is spent on daily necessities. Transport accounts for around 17%, showing moderate spending for commuting purposes. Entertainment only takes up about 7%, which suggests that subject A limits non-essential spending. However, it is important to highlight that subject A doesn't allocate any money towards savings. Overall, subject A focuses mainly on essential expenses but lacks financial planning for future savings, which may affect his long-term financial stability. The next slide presents the spending distribution for subject B. From the chart, food makes up about 55% of his total spending, showing that essential needs remain the main priority. Entertainment accounts for 23%, which is relatively higher and indicates more spending on non-essential activities. Transport contributes about 10%, reflecting his controlled commuting expenses. Importantly, subject B allocates his 12% towards saving, which is total 50 ringgit over the 30-day period. This shows that subject B is actively setting aside money for future use. Overall, subject B demonstrates a more balanced financial behavior as spending is continued with consistent saving. Now we have come to the last part of the data visualization. This slide compares the financial behavior of subject A and subject B across spending, savings and their financial discipline. In terms of spending patterns, subject B generally spends more than subject A, especially on food and entertainment, indicating a higher overall expenditure. However, when looking at savings behavior, there is a clear difference. Subject B consistently saves money, accumulating 50 ringgit over the month, while subject A does not have any savings at all. This shows that subject B is more forward-thinking and financially prepared for future needs. In terms of financial discipline, although subject B spends more, the ability to still save regularly suggests better financial planning. In contrast, subject A controls spending better but lacks savings, which reduces overall financial strength. Overall, subject B demonstrates better financial management because saving is a key component of strong financial discipline. Saving is the key difference between subject A and subject B towards this monitoring. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Syafiqah Patriabukti Shariman and my matrix number is 303578. Welcome to our study on real-world monetary management. Theoretical understanding is fine, but tracking actual cash flow reveals our real habits. We tried 2 subjects over 30 days to analyze how lifestyle and discipline shape students' wealth. Now that we have looked at the raw numbers, let's dive into the most fascinating part of our study, which is the why behind the wealth. Budgeting isn't just math, it's a reflection of human psychology and daily habits. By examining the data from our tracking mobile apps, we can evaluate both subjects across 3 core psychological pillars, which is impulse spending, lifestyle choices, and financial awareness. First, let's look at impulse spending. Subject 1 actually showed excellent day-to-day discipline when it comes to major discretionary categories like entertainment, spending just 44 ringgit out of the planned 50 ringgit. However, their true impulse trigger wasn't fun, it was actually convenience. They more than doubled the transport budget, leaping from a plan of 50 ringgit to an actual of 103 ringgit. This indicates spontaneous or last-minute decision to book on-demand ride rather than planning for more economical transport alternatives. In this case, increase in subject 1's spending on transportation is due to the bus ticket that he purchased for Hari Raya Aidil Adha holiday. Subject 2, on the other hand, exhibits a classic weekend social impulse pattern. They overspent the entertainment budget by 31.5%, clocking in at 98.60 ringgit against a plan of 75 ringgit. If you look at their daily tracking graph right here, you can see massive spending surges concentrated specifically on the weekends, like May 22nd, where a single day leisure and transit spike cost them about 50 ringgit and 30 cents. Subject 2 is highly vulnerable to peer influence and weekend-driven impulse spending. In this case, subjects 2 entertainment spending is due to the various events held in the UM, but specifically the concerts, festivals and Borneo Cultural Festivals, which is the most recent event that is happening here in the UM. This brings us directly to the lifestyle choices. The choices we made about our daily routines dictate our long-term financial health. Looking at subject 1, their data paints the picture of a high-convenience lifestyle. Food absolutely dominates their monthly consumptions. They're eating up a massive of 75.8% of their entire actual budget at 460 ringgit and 50 cents. combined with their high transit costs, Subject 1 clearly prioritizes the convenience of dining out and personal rights. Subject 2, however, make a completely different lifestyle choice. They maintain a remarkably frugal approach to food, where they spend only RM234.10 out of a heavily allocated RM465 budget. This suggests that they either cooked, opted for a cheap student cafeterias, or just generally spend less on food. However, Subject 2 chooses to redirect this financial freedom straight into their social lifestyle, where they let entertainment take a very large slice of their actual discretionary cash flow. Our final pillar is financial awareness and discipline. This measures how consistently a subject tracks reality versus their expectations. Subject 1 demonstrates exceptional compliance and awareness. Despite dealing with a massive transport budget blowout, they dynamically adjusted and maintained diligent tracking for the full 30 days. He successfully protected a final cash surplus of RM92.50 from their 700 income pool. This shows excellent adaptive financial discipline. Subject 2 presents a mixed case of awareness. On the positive side, they successfully executed their structural goal of securing a fixed RM50 of saving baseline. However, if you look at their logs from May 26 to 31st, they recorded a flat streak of straight zero entries. Statistically, it is highly improbable for a student to survive a week with zero expenses. However, this is only occur because Subject 2 went back to his hometown for the Idul Adha holiday, so no more spending is recorded for that particular duration. Last but not least, I have compiled what has just been explained before in this table seen in this slide for a better view. This behavioral dimension shows how Subject 1 differ from Subject 2 and how, why or what influence their spending patterns and habits. Next, I'll pass on my team member for the recommendations and suggestions.
Hi everyone, my name is Aiman 308331 and I will talk about the recommendation and conclusion based on our findings. Subject 1 shows excellent tracking consistency and realistic budgeting. Their only major gap is high reliance on last-minute convenience like food delivery and premium transit. We recommend setting strict caps on convenience apps to maintain their net surplus. Subject 2 is deeply committed to saving but struggles with execution. They drastically miscalculate food needs and suffer from tracking fatigue. We recommend they recalibrate their baseline budget and use automated tools to simplify data logging. In conclusion, financial success requires both intent and accurate execution. Subject 1 succeeds through structural discipline, while Subject 2 shows that high saving goals can still be derailed by unrealistic budgeting. Thank you.
I just had to let you know you're